Is it too early to show you guys my inspiration for fall? There's like tons of little shops too. Sometimes, you know, working on your house and doing things, it's not all glamorous. Thrift shops, I went through a period where I just like couldn't find anything, honestly. My southern roots are showing. Fabrics and things to make my own quilt. Well, you guys are in the hot seat. You see what I see.
Never be alone. Indigo sunset. It's the only way to go. I've been waiting for the fallout in the middle of the night. In this dynamite castle.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the vlog. I just got my video live for today. Happy August. It is August 1st and it's a little bit in the afternoon. Actually, it's like 12:30ish. I'm trying to get out of my head. I've been just like kind of like in my head today. I don't know what it is. Work things, life things, just like I'm thinking too much. I need to get out of my head. And I feel like the best way to do that is to go on a walk, just to kind of like, I don't know, I always feel better after a walk, and I made myself a promise that I was gonna start hitting my 10,000 steps a day mark kind of thing, or just walking more and taking walks. Hoping I wasn't gonna do it in the middle of the afternoon when it's the hottest. I'm not gonna wear this obviously, but I told myself I wasn't gonna do that. So we're gonna go a little later. I wanna go to this place called Rolling Greens. If you've been following for a while, I used to go to their Beverly location because it was somewhat closer to where we used to live, and I got some beautiful things from there for Christmas. I just in general like plants. It's a nursery, but it's also a home decor store. I got some like beautiful Christmas stuff from there. They have a newer location. Take a trip there just to look around. You guys ever feel like you're just in your head, like you just like can't stop thinking about stuff or kind of worrying about stuff? I feel like kind of unnecessarily. Sometimes I just get that way and I'm like, no, why are you coming up with 1,000,001 reasons or 1,000,001 things that could happen from this thing? I do that a lot. Also, we have had, I know this is kind of a weird thing to talk about, but we've had a leak in our toilet for a while. And it was a little bit, hello? Okay. It was a little bit hard to decipher where the leak was coming from. It's in this toilet. And it's been driving us insane. Well, I put bowls underneath. I felt where the water could be coming from. Finally figured out that there is the seal in the lever, like to flush the toilet, is broken. So I ordered a new one. I just got one on Amazon. I remember it being pretty, actually really pretty. Some of our friends are starting to buy homes now. And something that my mom has always told me, or I've always just kind of understood, homes are living, breathing things. They need almost constant attention or upkeep or maintenance. Like, it's just how it is. They're not meant to be built and never be touched again. You know, like you're gonna have issues, you're gonna have things like this arise. Like even since we've been living here, we've had things break. Right when we moved in, our washer broke, I had to fix it. Our shower head blew off, I had to buy a new one and fix that. Our toilet has a leak. We have maintenance people that come and tend to the yard because, you know, like things like that. Like the pool, it's a learning experience too, like owning a home, because you don't have a landlord that you can call and just be like, oh, this broke, can you like come fix it? You know what I mean? Because of the type of work I actually do, I talk about homes with people a lot. It's kind of a topic of conversation, I guess. Got a couple of people that I've been talking with always say like, oh, something in my house is always breaking. My house is falling apart. I was like, oh, that's so bad. Oh, that's horrible. You know, like when they're talking about their house falling apart, I'm like, oh my God, that's really bad. Or I see something online, you know, like someone made a video about like the problems at their house after they bought them. It dawned on me when like things like this, like I recognize a problem and I fix it. Or if I can't fix it, I'll call someone to fix it. And it needs constant upkeep. Like we had, right after we moved in, I don't know if I actually told you guys that we had subterranean termites. You have to fix a problem like that or they're gonna eat your house. You know what I mean? So it's not only you have to buy the house, but you have to constantly upkeep. So it dawned on me when I did that, I was like, wow, I think people aren't realizing, or maybe they are, maybe their houses really are falling apart, I don't know. I think people aren't realizing how much maintenance owning a home actually is. and all the work that goes into it after you buy it. I don't know why I got off on that tangent at all. Let's go look at some plants and get some Alfred. They had peachy Palmer again today. Oh, I need to mix it. Oh, that was like all lemonade. We made it to where Rolling Greens is. I don't know where I'm going. I've never been here before. There's like tons of little shops too. There's a hair one. Oh, there's a parachute here. Sweet honey. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. That's cute. I have like workout stuff, yeah. What's this? Stevie's sister. Allbirds. Candy. Oh, Free People Movement. Oh my god, there's tons of stores here. I had no idea. There's the Great. How am I going all of these stores? There's a Madewell. And the main attraction, Bowling Green. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my god. Look at this chandelier. I think I've seen this chandelier before. In Warner's in Texas. So pretty. The nursery upstairs. Take a call with a sign. Get the guts to start. You gotta lose to be I love these pots. Just enough to fill this bucket up to the top. Look at this candle in a teacup. I'm gonna fill this bucket up to the top. Side by side we sway there in all the colors. Some love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Look at that pretty baby. Look at that pretty girl waiting for her mom. Hi, honey. That was a walk. When I mapped it, like how far I was gonna walk from my starting point, because I just had, I went with Romeo and then I was just like, drop me off here. I mapped it, it's about 1.5 miles. He's like, you're gonna walk that? And I was like, yeah, 1.5 miles. And when I Googled it, it was only like, am I yelling? I'm sorry. My headphones ring. When I Googled it, it was only gonna be approximately like 4,000, like 3,000 to 4,000 steps. I was like, that's like less than I should be doing, you know? So let's officially see. Okay, that was 4,277 steps. That's a little less than half of what I'm supposed to do today. So maybe we'll take like a night walk. That would be nice because that was like in the middle of the day. I think I'm gonna jump in the pool. That sounds like fun, let's do it. Another August promise I'm making to myself is drinking more water than I am. I'm pretty much just drinking 1 and a little bit of these. And I need to be drinking at least 2, if not more, especially because it's so hot. I did drink more water like last week because we were working outside, so I was showing physical signs of dehydration. But like I should just drink it. Come on, kids, let's go. Kinsley. I felt the pool earlier and it wasn't as cold as it is now. She loves to go on the floaties. Kinsley, you're... I can't hold you and read and float. Wild to think that it's August now. And August feels like summer is almost over. Oh, I mean, I guess that technically is. Like September 1st hits and it gets closer to September. My brain is fully in fall mode. And I already kind of feel fall coming, not in terms of like heat, it's still really hot, but like just my mindset is like thinking about, you know, like inspiration for fall. And is it like, excuse me, is it too early to show you guys my inspiration for fall? Is it too early? I don't know. Maybe we should wait until like mid-August when I can get a little more inspiration and like flesh out my ideas a little more. But let me tell you, so far, what I've like come up with and what I want to do is real. Kinsley, excuse me. Float around for a little bit, read my book, because I've been trying to take Mondays and somewhat of Tuesdays as like my days off in a sense, because I work all weekend. I have to get my renovation video live on Sunday, so I'm working all day Saturday, all night most of the time, all morning Sunday morning until I get the video live. Then I have a whole bunch of other stuff to do after the video is live, so I don't really get a weekend. So Mondays and Tuesdays are really like a little bit slower for me, which I really like, so I just vlog and hang out with this girl and trying to enjoy the pool while it's still summer. So I am going to read a couple chapters of my book. So it's 3:35. I'm gonna read until 4 o'clock, and then we're gonna do something else. Set an alarm for 4 p.m.
Done.
so that I don't have to think about anything else.
Talk to me and tell me all that you've seen, all the colors, summer love. Memory washed in every shade of green and all the colors, summer love.
So I was watering the plants outside, and Kinsley decided she wanted to run through the muddy soil. Yeah, she needed a bath anyway, so she got a bath. She needs a haircut. She's gonna get one when we get back to Texas next week, but look at her. So I just bathed Kinsley in the sink, so I have the spray wand like this so that I can actually bathe her. So her shampoo stays in here. I was eating a snack and I was reading some of your guys' comments on today's new vlog. It was the last one where I worked on the design of the kitchen where we're currently standing. There was one issue that I'm still working through is the refrigerator placement. And where I put it, and it's gonna be in this corner, so it'll be in the corner will be the refrigerator, and the stove will be here, but the sink will be way over here. So I moved that fridge around so many times. I'm like, well, it can't go here because then it's going to be big and it's gonna block the sunlight. And it can't go here because there won't be enough space to walk from the opening around the island. It can't go in the corner because it's not deep enough. And then it's like all the way over there on the other side of the room. So I'm gonna start learning SketchUp, like I mentioned in the video. I'm gonna start learning it. I wanna see it rendered. I wanna see it 3D so that I can visualize it not just flat on a floor plan, even though I can visualize that pretty well, but I know that the refrigerator is a big sticking point. That's like to figure it out. And then also a variable is like the door. You guys had a great idea. I saw a couple of comments about maybe ignoring that the other door is existing, get rid of this entrance and make the entrance here. It goes directly from the formal dining room. This will be the formal dining room eventually. It goes directly from that to the kitchen. I want to render it 3D to see what that looks like, to see how you walk in. What will you look at? How will it be? And I also like, do we want the hole here? Do we want the entrance here where you're kind of in the entry versus over here? Those are all things that we can decide. I mean, we have time to like keep messing with it, and I have time to learn the program so that I can see it like all set up and stuff. So Romeo actually, after we went and ran some errands and he dropped me off for my walk, he went to go play basketball. So he's going to come home. So I'm going to make us dinner. A big thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's vlog. We just got our box for the week, so we have a couple of options. We have chicken sausage, cavatappi bolognese. It's got zucchinis and parmesan, and then pecan crusted chicken with like a little salad on the side, or Monterey Jack unfried chicken. I feel like I want to make this pecan crusted chicken because it looks a little lighter. I'm feeling like a light because I walked today, and I might want to go on a walk in a little bit when the sun starts to set. It also looks like it's just one pan, which makes me very happy. It just goes in the oven. I love it easy. So everything for HelloFresh for an individual recipe comes prepackaged. So there's no food waste. You use exactly what's in the package, so you don't have leftover ingredients. Before we started getting HelloFresh, I think it's maybe been 3 or 4 years now. Before we started getting that, we would constantly have food waste or constantly argue about what we were gonna have for dinner. After that, I just told Romy, I texted him, I'm like, making dinner because it's gonna be the 3 of those. There is no choice. You got 3 choices and I get to pick. HelloFresh offers 40 chef-crafted recipes every week that you can pick from. And that's everything from family-friendly options to fit and wholesome. So you'll always find something new and exciting to try so you can really break out of a recipe rut. And fall is definitely right around the corner. And I know our schedules are gonna be super busy, and with kids, if you have kids, you're going back to school, so everything can get really hectic. So HelloFresh can take that pressure off you not knowing what to cook tonight and getting meals on the table quicker, because they even have recipes that only take about 15 minutes to make. You can look for their quick and easy dinner options, and they have breakfasts and lunches too. And HelloFresh just isn't for your main dinner. They also have their HelloFresh Market, and you can take your pick from a curated selection of over 100 items that you can add on to your order every week. Go to HelloFresh.com and use code 50McKenna at checkout for 50% off plus free shipping. This looks so good. I did crisp the pecans a little bit. Taste test. So you guys know that we love HelloFresh. We rave about it. Obviously, we get it every week delivered, so if you haven't checked it out yet, you can go to HelloFresh.com and use code 50McKenna at checkout for 50% off plus free shipping. We're gonna eat some dinner, and then I'm gonna do something probably not so fun, but probably easy. I'm gonna replace the lever on our in the bathroom on the toilet. I wanna eat first though. Oh, this looks good. I looked around online actually for different ones because I was like, well, we eventually want to upgrade the bathroom totally. So I wanted to get a lever that looked nice. This one was pretty universal. Oh, wow, it's heavy. That's so nice. Whoa, wait, I love it. Okay, cool. I'm like, how am I gonna make it? Because this works for like front facing toilet. So like on the front of the toilet, you turn it. We want it on the side of the toilet, and I think I want it to go this way. Sometimes, you know, working on your house and doing things, it's not all glamorous, you know. It's actually not, a lot of it is not glamorous. Got the old one off. The old one was just kind of basic. I'm sure it came with the toilet too, but this seal was broken on it. It didn't tighten anymore, so that's where the water was kind of slipping down. Locking clips. Separate elbow and arm, remove the mounting nut. Yeah, so I think I want it like this. I did it. That looks so good. I decided to do it straight down because then you can pull towards you to flush. So we have no more leak. This is not necessary anymore. And that was really easy. Of the things that I've had to fix in a house, that was really easy. No need for a plumber here. Good morning, guys. I am making me a water. We are heading out. We're actually gonna run to the hardware store and pick up more glue for the artificial turf outside. Because if you watch the video, I ran out of glue. I underestimated how much I was gonna need. I didn't realize how many pieces I was gonna have, you know? So I underestimated it, ran out. But before I bought another quart or gallon of that glue, I wanted to make sure that it cured and I could test it. You know, pull on it and tug on it to see if it was actually like stuck really well, and it is. So through that process, I was like, okay, I'm confident in this, because what weirded me out about all of the artificial turf glues, they say that great water resistance. And I'm like, resistance? I was like, I need it waterproof. All of them said the same thing. I was like, maybe it's just water resistant that they do. Maybe they just say water resistant. I don't know, all of them. Even the people, like the professionals, the glue that they use, great water resistance. I'm like, okay. Well, I wanted it to be stronger for water because it's around a pool. It doesn't splash out, obviously. We don't use the pool like that yet. Water around the pool and also rain. Well, both of those things, rain doesn't really happen in LA, but we want to be able to hose it off and stuff. So that was weirding me out. So time will tell on that, but all of them say that. So I feel confident using that glue again. And if we run into problems later on with it lifting due to like a large amount of water, we can re-glue like with something else. I'll do more research, but we're gonna go get some of that, and we're also going to get some netting for the door out there because Kinsley keeps slipping through the bars and I really don't want her to do it anymore. I told myself I was gonna do this weeks ago and I'm doing it today. I filled it too full. And we'll set up for the podcast. That always takes me a while. And then I'm filming 2 really fun episodes. And then they'll be out next Wednesday. So if you're not subscribed and you enjoy either watching podcasts, I record them for YouTube as well because I'm a visual girly. Like I like to see things, and so I film them much like my regular videos with different angles and stuff. So a lot of work goes into it. But let's go to the hardware store. Okay, so this, oh, I actually got a gallon last time. I thought I got a quart. I think I just need one of these. I think that'd be more than enough. So I want to do a project this weekend that I already have most of the supplies for, but I wanted to find, like, I haven't actually been thrift shopping in a while, to thrift stores. I've obviously do estate sales, flea markets, you know what I mean, Facebook Marketplace, but thrift shops, I went through a period where I just like couldn't find anything, honestly. It just became more new junk than, I don't know, it wasn't it. So I just looked on my map. I was like, let me find thrift stores like around this area that I'm in, and I found one, and now I'm just intrigued because I pulled into the parking lot. There's a whole section that says no thrift shop parking. The parking lot behind it is so ridiculously full that I'm like, are all these people in this thrift shop? So I found street parking. We're gonna go see, I'm intrigued. Oh, you guys, I spent $20. I'm so thirsty. I got Waterford crystal candle holders for $4. I mean, I'm not one to usually buy Waterford, but you can't deny that Waterford is a premium crystal. And, you know, when it's $4, I'll have to look up how much they are regularly. I'll do that. I'll put it on the screen. I'll look up how much they are regularly, because like $4, I can tell you they're not $4. And I got a little glass vase, a set of random china, because one of them is chipped, and I see them at the thrift stores all the time. So I want to do a DIY project, shows what we could, you know, use them for, because I feel like, you know, no one wants them, obviously. What are you going to do with a chipped piece of china? That doesn't make sense. So stay tuned. I have to eat something. It's almost 2 now, and I'm definitely hungrier than when we went to Home Depot. That thrift store was chaotic. And I feel like for the chaos and the amount of people in there, there were no buggies, there were no baskets or anything. Carts, I called it a buggy. Well, I haven't called it a buggy in a long time. My southern roots are showing. There were none because there were so many people in there. And for the amount of people and the amount of chaos that was in there, it was decently organized. I love when a thrift store is organized by color. Something about it makes me very happy. Okay, we have made it back. I'm gonna wash these immediately. We got this little set of randomness. Random little trays, because this is going to be for my DIY project, so stay tuned. Clean all those. I also got this glass vase for $2.99. It's not Waterford, but it is heavy. So like, that's what I kind of look at when I look at glassware. I look at the heaviness of it, the thickness of the glass, and the heaviness of it. I just feel like I like thicker, heavier glass. I feel like it adds value. But for $2.99, I thought it would be really pretty with some like, you know, low kind of roses in it for the, like maybe the upstairs bathroom or something. I've been kind of keeping my eye out for vases and such. 2 Waterford candle holders, complete with candle. This is Waterford. This is heavy. The sticker is still on the bottom. With my candles in it, will be epic. And then I got these 2. Going to use them as pillowcases or start collecting secondhand fabrics and things to make my own quilt for the holidays. I'm kind of excited about it. I just came up with it recently and I was like, oh, I should start just collecting pretty fabrics, moody fabrics, because I like the deeper ones, because I see quilts all the time, and my great-grandmother was a quilter. She was incredible at it, and the first DIY project I ever did when I was like 9 years old was a puff quilt, which actually had like puffs. I'll put it in a picture. I actually had puffs, like fabric that was stuffed with cotton, so it created a puff. It was so heavy because of all of the fabric and stuff, so I never really ended up using it, so to speak, but that was the first DIY project that I ever did. So I feel like this holiday season, I want to make, for cozy season, I want to make a quilt. So I'm going to start collecting fabrics. That's all I got. I'll wash these, clean those, and I'm going to set up for the podcast. So I love this room is now set up that I can do the podcast here. It's so cozy and it feels more put together, like the vibe that I want to represent on camera, you know, like the staging, I guess, but it's my home. It just happens to be staged good for a podcast. And headphones. Never quite figured out how to get my new recorder and things to work. Like, I know how to do cameras. I obviously don't know how to do mics and audio. I still have to use my computer. I just set it up behind so you can't see it, but I can still check it just in case. Well, you guys are in the hot seat. You see what I see. So the mic's in front of you, and then you got 2 cameras, and then you got light here and a light there, and you can see that light. So now I just have to make sure that all the cameras are pointing at you, so you are, you know, nice and framed nicely. The lighting is good. This camera that I'm holding right now is the very first camera I had when I started my channel. It still works great. It's not quite as high quality as that one that I've upgraded to, but for a second camera, it works really well. Okay, you guys gonna record the podcast for me? It's all set up. I'm just gonna get something to drink and then go to the bathroom and get a cozy blanket because Kinsley likes to lay with me when I record. And then we'll record our episodes and I'll catch back up with you guys. Oh my gosh, you guys, I've been talking for 2.5 hours straight. My ears even hurt. Sometimes when I wear these headphones, they shouldn't hurt me. They're not even like really touching my ear, but I think just like the pressure from like that long, like wearing the headphones kind of starts to get to me. And every time after I record a podcast episode, I'm like, MaCenna, did you just ramble on for an hour? What are you talking about? What did we just talk about? And then when it's edited, I hear it back, I'm like, oh, I did have a point. Because right now I'm like, what was your point? I really want the podcast to be, yes, it's around a topic, but I want the podcast to feel like it's us just sitting down chatting about something that you guys commented and asked me to talk about. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, or an idea or a thought that I had, and more like in-depth things about my projects or life. We are done. We can now break this down. Done with the lights. I think I should get one more of these lights again. I had 2, but one broke, and they don't sell this one anymore. So I may have to look into getting like a different one, because I really do like the light that this one shines versus that one. That was more of my like daylight window light. Like, cause it gives like some light. But once we turn this off, it's gonna be so dark in here. So I'm gonna pick this stuff up and try and not talk for like an hour.